Right, another video on XDefiant because apparently people still don't know how the game works. Today we're diving into the latest from Twitter. Spoiler, it's about snipers again. Because why actually learn to play when you can cry for stuff, right? But before we get stuck in, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps channel grow, apparently. So if you want more from this grumpy Yorkshireman telling it like it is, well, you know what to do. Now, on to today's premium nonsense. Right, first up, we've got Tylo. Our lad's having a rough time with sniper Flinch and XDefiant. Apparently, when you take a hit, scope flies off like you've been smacked with Thor's hammer. Now, I'm not saying Tylo's wrong. Hell, I'm not even a sniper bloke. You could swap out scope for a telescope and I wouldn't notice. But here's kicker. Mark Rubin, bless him, responds with sniper Flinch is getting reduced in an upcoming patch. Because of course it is. Reduce the flinch so we've got quick scopers sliding across map like it's bloody Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, popping heads left and right. Don't get me wrong, I trust Mark. Man's got sense. But maybe throw in a slower ADS or something to balance it out. Just a thought. Not that it matters to me. I'll still be shooting back while trying to cap an objective, cause, you know, actually playing game. And look, it's not just about snipers. It's about poor sods playing against them. My lad Kuro Makura's out there dodging sniper shot like it's Matrix. Still claiming flinch reduction ain't enough. I reckon he just needs to get good at dodging. But hey, sniper drama never ends, does it? Now here's where it gets really good. Every time Mark Rubin mentions out about XDefiant, you can bet your last quid an absolute genius pipes up with, but what about Netcode? Like mate, we get it. Your bullets don't land. Netcode's not perfect. You're not a bloody detective uncovering some grand conspiracy. Vaudevillain veteran, what a name by the way, chimes in with, I can headshot a sniper twice and they still kill me in one shot. But when I snipe, I get flinched to oblivion. First off, love the creative whining there, but then good old Mark replies probably for 50th time this week, Netcode is being worked on non-stop by engineers. It's our #1 priority. I swear, that poor bloke must feel like he's stuck in Groundhog Day, repeating the same damn thing over and over again. Yeah, Netcode is being fixed. Yeah, we know it's shite. Yeah, it's coming. But no, apparently these elite players dropping 50 to 100 kills per game still have gold to whinge about it. You're smashing lobby, mate. If that's broken netcode, I'd hate to see what you'd do if it worked properly. Probably uninstall game after realising you're not as good as you thought. But hey, carry on. More about netcode while you're wiping floor with people, its gaming version of complaining your Ferrari don't have enough cup holders. Anyway, what's next on the list of why are we even discussing this? Ranked play. Mobster Matt asked a decent question for once. Any chance of a surrender or forfeit button in ranked when your teammates quit and leave you in trenches? And Mark, saying to years, confirms it's on roadmap. Good. Cause no screams fun like being left in a 1v4 trying to take down an entire team while your so-called teammates have already rage quit to go cry on Twitter. At least with a surrender button you can bow out gracefully instead of sitting there like a lemon waiting for inevitable slap in face. Look, I get it, sometimes matches are lost cause. You're getting stomped, it happens. But for love of all that's holy, could people stop quitting out second things aren't going their way? What is this, preschool? Can't handle a tough game so you run off? Pathetic. And before you ask, yes, sometimes you can turn it round. I've seen it happen. But cowards leave and real gamers stick it out, and suddenly you're mounting a comeback. But no, you'll never know, will you? Cause Captain Ragequit decided he'd rather save his precious fucking KD than actually play it bloody objective. A forfeit button? Sure, add it, but maybe also include a little "Are you sure you're not a coward" pop-up. If only we could add one for real life, eh? Now let's talk about real plague ranked play, Smurfing. The XDefiant team teased the shiny new leaderboard system for Season 2, which honestly is great for all you lot who like to grind ranked. But here's one tiny issue. Smurfing twats ruining experience for everyone else. Let's break this down. Smurfing, for those of you who aren't in know, is when some elite player, usually some basement dweller with too much time on their hands, creates a new account just to stomp on lower ranked players. You know, cause winning against actual competition is too hard for them. Absolute losers. Now, sure, you don't lose RP in bronze, so no harm, right? Wrong. Losing don't earn you out either. So these smurfing bellends are clogging up lower ranks, making it hell for newer or genuinely low-skilled players. Now, cheating's against TOS. And yeah, smurfing's included in that too. But do you think they care? No. They're out there on bloody Twitch streaming the Smurf accounts for all world to see like it's something to be proud of. I mean, it's not even subtle. Stream titles are practically, watch me be a knobhead on a fake account. Look, I play ranked now and then. And yeah, I'd like to see leaderboards actually reflect skill, not just who's best at stomping noobs. So while it's great Mark's adding these features, I'd love to see smurfing wankers dealt with too. But hey, first things first. Sort fundamentals, then we can ban Losers Club later. But until then, enjoy getting rinsed by someone pretending to be worse than they are. Right, so in case you missed it yesterday, I had pleasure of being graced with a comment from none other than Bobby Knobstick himself. Yep, you heard me. Bobby Kotick decided to drop into my comment section. Former Kingpin of Activision apparently slumming it with us common folk. He popped in to declare, yeah it is, apparently XDefiant is dead. So being cheeky bastard I am, I hit him with, not as dead as Call of Duty. But come on, how could I resist? Then absolute mad lad responds again. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah, definitely not Bobby Knobstick, but that didn't stop me from playing along. So I fired back with proper roast. 4 years in development and Black Ops 6 gets worst beta in COD history, not to mention that EOMM driving players away like rats off a sinking ship. It's a slow death, mate, but COD'll die if it keeps on this path. His response, copium. Now, wouldn't it be hilarious if that what real Bobby Knobstick? I mean, how much more proof do you need at a hit job? Imagine ex-CEO of Activision skulking around YouTube just to throw shade at XDefiant. That's the level of pettiness I can get behind. But honestly, I doubt Bobby even knows who I am. And that's fine by me. Still, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, that's a fun discussion for another day. Maybe I'll save it for when COD finally kicks bucket. So another day, another round of whinging from usual suspects. Complaints just keep flowing, and bless Mark Rubin's patience, honestly, bloke deserves a medal for dealing with this lot. But as always, we'll get fixes when we get them. Until then, maybe we all just need to get good, eh? Now before you bugger off, smash that like button, hit subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts and gaming stories. Maybe you got sniped by a smurf. Maybe you rage quit like a coward. Either way, I want to hear about it. Who knows? I might just feature your comment on a video. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.